Hello and welcome to this episode of Chair Boys Learning. Today we're talking about away days. Wycombe Wanderers play home and away in Football League One, and today they're going to Bristol Rovers. So we thought we'd come and check out the coach and look at some of the numbers involved with an away day with the Chair Boys. Scott, the Wycombe Wanderers bus driver, where are we heading today?
We're off to Bristol Rovers today.
How far are we going in miles?
Roughly about 100 miles. 100 miles.
And how long is that going to take?
Should take about an hour and 45 to an hour and 50 minutes, depending on traffic.
Roughly how much diesel goes into the tank to fill it up?
It could go anything up to about 250 litres. Yeah, it's quite a big tank.
Talk us through the facilities on the bus, Scott. It looks very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice, comfortable drive. It's got a basic toilet. It's got hot water for tea and coffee. We have 2 fridges to keep the waters and the food cold for the players. We have Wi-Fi and a microwave oven, so they can heat up their food on the way home as well.
The coach has 39 seats, not including the driver. There are 6 tables each with 4 seats. How many non-table seats are there? What percentage of the seats are at a table? So, how do you calculate a percentage? You divide the part, the smaller value, by the whole, the larger value, and then you multiply the result by 100. This gives you the percentage value as a number between 0 and 100. To recap, you divide the part, the smaller value, by the whole, the larger value, and then you multiply the result by 100. This gives you the percentage value as a number between 0 and 100. 19 players and 9 members of staff, not including the driver, made the trip. How many seats were left empty on the journey? What percentage of the seats were occupied? The coach has a fuel tank which holds 250 litres of diesel. If diesel costs £1.63 per litre, how much will it cost to fill the tank up from empty? The journey from the Wycombe Wanderers training ground to the Memorial Stadium in Bristol is 101 miles. If 1 mile is 1.6 kilometres, how far is the journey in kilometres? Round up your answer to the nearest kilometre. Here's a handy hint on how to get a very close approximation from miles into kilometres. We know that 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometres, or 1 mile equals 8/5 of a kilometre. Take the amount of miles, multiply it by 8, take that number and divide it by 5. This will give you a very close approximation from miles into kilometres, which is good enough for us. To recap, 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometres, or 1 mile equals 8/5 of a kilometre. Take the amount of miles, multiply it by 8, take that number and divide it by 5. Now that you've worked out the kilometres, how many metres is the journey in total? If the average speed of the coach was 60 miles per hour, how long did the journey take? Final question, to make sure you were paying attention at the start, what is the name of the coach driver? That's how the Chair Boys got to the Memorial Stadium in Bristol. Have a go at the questions and check out the answers at the end of the video once you're done. In the meantime, enjoy the 2 goals that secured the 3 points against Bristol Rovers. Luke Leahy with the left-footed free kick into the box. Looks for Lowe. Oh, it's there! Joe Lowe wins the head and heads it past a static Cox, and the former Bristol City man runs in front of the Thatcher's Terrace and says, shh. It's 1-0 to the Chair Boys. 17 minutes left plus stoppages. We can bring the ball forwards now with Hanlon after Scarn wins it back. Hanlon, lovely ball through to McCleary. McCleary scores! Wycombe have doubled their lead. Good goals, Chair Boys. Right, the answers to the questions are coming up. So now's the time to pause or rewind if you need to look at the questions again. Good luck. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Chairboys Learning, and thank you to Scott the coach driver. Come on you Blues. For all the latest news from Adams Park, match tickets, merchandise and much more, head to wwfc.com.